In fact, two of my very strong beliefs have been, reinforced in this workshop. The first one is that conflict is good and it works towards development of the community. Although it is being talked about in a theoretical way, in a cognitive way, but I really experienced it happening here. How conflict has built a beautiful future and also which strengthens the institution. And the second belief of mine, which I carry with me, is that we need to have more human, more empathetic system of justice. And unfortunately, even when I have talked this with other people, I have been ridiculed. I have been said that no, you are not sensitive to the victim. Why are you supporting the so-called perpetrator of crime? But now, and I have in fact suggested that why not at least when the judgment spreads over 200, 300 pages, why not at least we devote a few lines to say that these are the qualities of the person which can be used, and also kind of regret by the judge that, well, I am not happy with what I am doing to you, but then this is what is as per our criminal procedure. But even for that, people said, no, this is not going to work, and they have said that this is going to increase the criminal rate. But I find it's not working. But in RC, I find there's a lot of hope that we can actually build a very positive climate and reinforce the values, the humanity, the non-violence in people.
The Restorative Circles workshop has been an amazing experience. It's been a space where I learned about the power of deep active listening. Active listening is something that one has heard about, read about, and all of that. But it was so amazing to see that this process is one that can be so transformational if used in a certain way. And that, I think, is the biggest takeaway for me from the workshop. That something that is so simple can have such power is really amazing. So it's just been a great experience for me. So for me, restorative circles is a way of bringing about transformation in society, in people. It's a way of moving towards greater peace and humanity. Thank you.
For me, RC Restorative Circle is that it gives a voice to even the most humblest of the person in the organization to share what is happening to him, and it is being listened to by the system and addressed and taken care of, which is a very empowering process and very empowering system, a very empowering intervention. And I would like this to spread to all the organizations and all the communities and all the societies, because this is the need to be heard, to take care of their feeling is felt by even the smallest of the persons, and therefore I value this RC very much, and I want this to spread all over. My takeaways for this has been that I know that there is one way in which people can be empowered to deal with their hurt feelings and conflicts. This is one. The second is that it also gives me hope that even in my personal family life I can use it to build deeper relationship. Third was that I have realized, I knew it, but I realized it more strongly, the value of deep listening, empathic listening, and giving the speaker a chance to feel understood. And also it gave me new hopes for this world and new ways to see that the humanity is going to flower, and this is one energy given to humanity, and I'm very optimistic about this, that in future life is going to be better. Thank you.
This whole thing in different ways was always in my mind. But there was this, that probably it is only my, idealism that says that things can happen that way. So this program has been a validation of my belief. that it can be done in a way which is different, which is not punitive. I have been a school teacher, and there also my approach was always this, that it doesn't have to be punitive and it has to be transparent. Many times, students would come to me and ask me why this prize has not been given to me, and other teachers would get very annoyed that how can they question. But I used to say, no, they can, and we should be able to answer. Because if we have a system, if we have a criteria in place, then the subjectivity will be at least reduced to large extent. Otherwise, there is ad hocism. So this system is akin to my belief system, that the system has to be a place where voices can be raised and they can be heard.
All right. So, Laura, first of all, let me thank you for giving us a wonderful way of managing ourselves and the conflict in which we are sometimes. To me, the biggest statements are at a personal level that I'm in conflict in the community I am in. So that's a great one for me. As well as personally walking towards the conflict. This 3-day workshop has increased my courage, my bravery to go walk towards the conflict rather than avoid it the way I used to be earlier. So that's one of the biggest takeaway. The second takeaway is in terms of the participative governance and me being a role holder in ISABS and listening to different voices in a more dignified human way rather than just they blaming me makes me feel more empowered to do something about it. So that's the other takeaway I have, a real takeaway in that sense. And for me, RC is a hugely, deeply human process, and which helps you to connect, reconnect, rediscover what needs to be happening to make a better planet, a better world for all of us to live equally happy together. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura, for spending 3 days with us, empowering me as a person through your interventions and conducting RC so beautifully and effectively. I am personally benefited a lot. I got a lot of confirmation of my assumptions and beliefs, and thanks for that. Number one. Number two, this RC I see personally is a not only is a is for me it's more of a empowering people, empowering the mass, and this empowerment and managing the things, governing the things by people participation and human way. It's not a simply doing system intervention. It is a more of a organic way of managing thing, and that is what I see, and that is what I wish to practice and want to bring change in the life of self and others.